Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 33 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Blaze Inferno. If you're new to the show, hello, and thanks for coming by. And if you're a returning listener, as always, glad you're here, man. We glad you're here. We got a good one here for you today, as always. We're recording this podcast May 12th. Yeah, I mean, a heartbreaking May 12th. Yeah, I mean, it's been a heartbreaking morning for me. We'll get into it after, I announce my co-host, which is my boy, ENFERNAL man. Shout out your socials. Let them know what's up with you, man.
What's up, man? It's me, E911111111117. You can follow me at like Twitch at E911117, and I have a YouTube channel called Couch Combat.
Yes,
You
sir.
should subscribe to if you're not already. You also follow me on Instagram with the same name, Couch Combat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but what's up? How's everybody doing?
That's good. And also, I'm your host, as you already know, Blaze Inferno, man. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BlazeDexInferno, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok at BlazeDexInferno. I'm just BlazeX Inferno everywhere, man. All those links will be down in the description, as well as links to our podcast on other platforms, because our podcast, you can take it on the go with your Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube. We on all that shit. You know what I mean? Make sure you thumbs up the video version if you're watching the video version. And also, if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you rate us 5 stars. Show us some love. Yeah, I mean, we trying to, do what we do. Yeah, I mean, let's get right into it, dog. Like I said, it's a sad morning. Literally right before we started recording this podcast, we got the heartbreaking news. Starfield has been delayed, dog. Starfield and Redfield, but I'm not a Redfall. I'm not that hype about Redfall, to be honest.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
the vampire?
Zombie, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Vampire.
I just
Yeah.
like vaguely remember that. It looked cool, but
Yeah.
it looked like it Left 4 Dead, but
Yeah, so
supernatural stuff.
yeah, no Starfield coming 11/11/11 like we thought. You know what I mean? It's supposed to come. Or
Wait, what? That was like 20
it was
years ago.
11/11/22 is when it was supposed to come, or some shit.
Oh,
I forget. That's when it was slated to release. Um uh this isn't a huge surprise to everybody but me. I don't know why I'm the only one that was surprised, but they put out a statement on Twitter saying we made a decision to delay the launches of Redfall and Starfield to the first half of 2023. The teams are Arcane Austin, Redfall, and Bethesda Game Studio Starfield have incredible ambitions for their games, and we want to ensure that they receive the best, most polished versions of them. That's Daddy Xbox stepping in right there. Yeah, I mean, that is literally Daddy
they
Xbox.
saw the gameplay, saw that it was buggy as shit, and were like, nah.
Yeah, y'all ain't doing that. We ain't buy y'all to do that.
Nah, you're not about to 76 this
Yeah.
again. Like, this shit is, we haven't seen actual gameplay yet.
We kinda have, kinda.
What's
Maybe.
kinda? No, we've seen cinematic trailers. It's not gameplay.
Might be gameplay, might be.
Show us gameplay. Like, that's crazy. We haven't seen actual gameplay for this game yet. We've only seen like a few trailers that hint at it, and it's like
Heartbroken,
about to come out. Like, that makes no sense
Look,
to me.
man,
That makes no sense. That's a
I need
big red flag.
I need a Skyrim-esque space game really bad, and this was supposed to be it, dog.
Man, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to replay Outer Worlds.
Y'all telling me not to play Star Citizen.
So you're not to play Star Citizen because you're gonna throw money at it. You're gonna spend $1,500 on a spaceship, and you're like, "Yeah, this joint lit. I'm broke now, but this joint."
Facts.
That's
Let me know if you guys would like me to stream Star Citizen. Go look that joint up. You know what I mean, it's literally what I bought my PC for. But you know what I mean,
no, it's not.
I mean, when I was gonna buy a PC, that was it. Before the streaming shit and all that, but I'm heartbroken, dog. I'm heartbroken. I was hoping to play this game. I hope they were gonna do like a Fallout 4. They're gonna be like, yeah, here's the trailer, here's some gameplay, here's all the shit you can do. Oh yeah, it's also coming out like 5 months. Be
Honestly,
ready.
it's going to be refreshing to have a Bethesda game coming out not in the winter months
I
and
know.
just be like, oh, it's out in January or
Well,
February.
Oblivion came out in like the summer, didn't it? Did Oblivion come out like?
I have no
Feel like
idea when Oblivion came out, but that was like before they were like super popular rise. I was like when Morrowind had its own little. It had a following, but it's like it wasn't as big as when
yeah,
Skyrim came out. Well, like when
yeah.
Skyrim dropped, it was like, oh shit,
It's because Skyrim defined a generation, dog.
yeah, Skyrim was lit.
Skyrim defined a literal genre and generation, dog. Like that to this day is the bar that games. Well, Elden Ring came out, but you know what I mean. That
Yeah,
was the bar
Elden
that
Ring,
you
like,
had to hit in open world gaming. Is it Skyrim though? You know what I mean,
what do you mean? Is it Skyrim? It's Elden Ring. Like that shit is this gen's Skyrim.
yeah,
That's
basically.
it's literally as close as you can. It exceeds it because you can fucking jump on a horse. Fucking just do whatever the fuck you want. You can
Yeah, I
just
love
attack.
Elden Ring, dog. I
It's
love Elden
fun.
Ring.
It's a lot of fun.
And I don't even like the Souls games, but I'm enjoying the fuck out of Elden Ring. And I thought like I said last week when I streamed it, I'm surprised I did not uninstall that game yet. Like the fact that I didn't get frustrated enough and just be like, fuck it. You know what I mean, it's done, it's over with.
You definitely have those moments, but like it's not as bad as the other Souls entries where
I
you're just
mean,
kind of on a linear path and you have to go. That's what you have to tackle, and you kind of only have a few ways of tackling it. This one, it's just like, oh yeah, if you want to play like this, go for it. It works. Maybe it's a little harder, maybe it's a little easier. Like if you want to be a magic user, just go fuck off and cast some spells. But
damn dog.
yeah, I mean, like when Starfield comes out, lower your expectations.
I mean, my expectations are pretty low for Starfield. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh,
I'm a big space
I'm
nerd
I'm
and I
just
like open world games. So
I'm
that's
just
all
like
I'm
I want them to do what Prey did when Prey came out, not the old Prey, the new Prey. Um,
mm,
when you're out in space, you're just floating around. You know,
okay.
I want them to do that, but
To
no
play
game is.
Prey. Prey
Huh?
is also free right now on
You haven't played Prey,
I have it.
dude?
Somebody bought it for me back in 2017 and I never played it.
Dude, it is a good. It's like a Metroidvania game. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get around to it. I seen Lilith play it. Shout out to
There's
Lilith.
also like
I
multiple
mean,
endings you can get depending on how you played the game and what you did with the side quests.
yeah, it's free on Epic Game Store, by the way, y'all. If right now from I
About to get
believe
it.
the 12th till next week. So when this podcast comes out, I do believe it'll be free on the Epic Game Store. But yeah, I do need to play Prey. But going back to the main topic, Starfield. I didn't really care too much about Redfield, but Starfield that hurt, dog. Like, we were
Ref-
talking. I was talking to E Night about this before we started the stream.
both those games
Um,
we haven't seen gameplay for.
we, you're right. You
Cinematic
haven't.
trailers are not gameplay.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
they're not.
will
You're right.
hammer
You're right.
this
You're right.
into
You're right.
everybody's head. That's not gameplay. That's a
You're right.
movie.
You're right. You're right. You're right. So I was talking to E Night about this shit before we started the podcast. I was like, damn, all the games basically came out already for this year. Everything either got delayed into 2023, and we already got Elden Ring, we got Horizon, that's it. We got Call of Duty as always in
I know,
November.
man. You're forgetting something. You're forgetting Splatoon 3.
I mean, I'm hyped for that. Low key hype for that. Well, we're getting Pokemon this year too, probably.
Oh yeah, Pokemon.
Scarlet
No, it
and
comes out
Violet.
in like November or October.
Yeah, so we get that too. But
Yeah.
this everything came out. Like all the big AAA releases already kind of dropped already. And I'm kind of leaning on what E Night said. E Night told me before the stream, that's a good thing. I'm kind of leaning towards that. Like, okay, I don't have to worry about any major releases or any big games. But
Yeah, because now we can just focus on all the other games we have yet to play. I'm still playing Fallen Order. I'm like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like
I'm
30% through
still
that.
I'm still playing Horizon in the dark. You know what I mean, Forbidden West, playing that
I
on
gotta
my
play
free
Resident
time.
Evil Village. I gotta
Yeah.
play. I got a lot of single player games I have yet to play, and they keep coming out, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I want to play it, and then it's like, oh, I want to finish this first.
Yeah, definitely try Village, man. Definitely.
No, I definitely want to. It's something I'm
Definitely.
gonna end up streaming, but like, it's like the other games I just want to play privately. Um,
Mhm.
but it's a good thing that Starfield and Redfield both got delayed because we have 0 trailers with actual gameplay in them.
This
So
is
we don't even
true.
know how the game would actually look. Like you're like, "Oh, I want to play Space Skyrim." And I'm like, it could just end up being another Outer Worlds and it's just kind of mediocre.
Worlds was Outer Worlds is an interesting game,
Outer
dog.
Worlds is more for the people who like text-based RPGs. Like it
Yes.
wasn't really too crazy with the
It's
combat, and that's
listen,
fine.
and that's probably why I enjoyed that game because my build was just sneaking and dialogue. That's it.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
didn't put anything in the combat like that. It fucked me in the end, kinda, but I didn't put anything in the combat.
I think the end of what was it? Outer Worlds was like kind of weird because every faction you helped came out of nowhere and started helping you without you actually like communicating with them, and I thought that was weird. Was also hoping that you got like a Mass Effect style ending where if you didn't do any loyalty missions for your companions, they would just
Oh, they
die.
would just die.
Yeah,
Damn, I might have to replay Outer Worlds though.
if you
That
do
might
do the stupid build, do the one with the dummy dialogue. I hear it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. I played that game just dialogue heavy and sneaking, and I had a blast. Dog. I had so much fun, dog. So much fun just talking my way out of shit, fucking sneaking my if I couldn't get through, sneaking my way around, like just
Yeah,
great game, dog. It's like it's a game that is like it's like a hidden gem, dog, because it came and it went. You know what I mean? Like it kind of had like the Kingdom Hearts effect where Kingdom Hearts 3, everybody's hyped for it, and then it came, and then it was just like
I think
you didn't hear shit about it.
everyone were just up hyped for it because Fallout New Vegas was pretty good. So they were
Yeah.
like, Obsidian did New Vegas, and keep in mind the time period between New Vegas and Outer Worlds is huge.
Yeah, I just
So
bought Vegas,
yeah,
New Vegas again for the fifth time. So it's
I'm
up there with
actually gonna I'm
Skyrim.
playing. I have it. I'm gonna play it through to completion. I'm just not gonna stream it. It's
Shit.
another. I never beat it. I got to like I think I betrayed House and locked him in like his cryo tube
Uh,
forever. Like he's alive, he just can't do shit.
Damn, we out
Um,
here spoiling 10-year-old games. It's crazy.
I know, it's crazy. You know, one of the many things you can do in New Vegas. But then I was about to play Hoover Dam. I think either I lost my save or I just didn't finish it.
Feels like a Bethesda thing when you
Yeah,
lose your save. I mean,
yeah.
but hopefully these two games come out and they are decent. As I am upset, I'm also very happy to hear that people have learned from CD Projekt Red's mistakes, um, and are delaying these games properly to give them the right amount of time so we get
Honestly,
good
it's
projects. You know what I
it's
mean,
not just CD Project Red. It's just like every major game outlet has released a game in a state that is subpar or terrible, except for
yeah, but
fucking Bandai Namco, because apparently they're the only ones that understand that gamers don't play games to spend money. They play games for fun.
I
Like
mean, that's more of a
unless
From
you're
Software thing.
Blazed X Inferno, in which case you need Elden coins.
Yeah, yeah, From Software, get on that, man. Where's the Elden store?
I think
Where
they're
is the
working on
coins?
DLC, so you'll be able to.
Hey, Elden coins coming soon, bitch.
I don't think it. I think it's actual gameplay content, like real content.
Damn,
Yeah, not shallow cosmetics.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, hey
That
man,
is
at least you
unfortunate.
can get a Godzilla ghillie suit, bro. Like that's,
Oh man, is that what you want to talk about next?
I guess so, because that's the transition I
Oh
have.
man.
Seamless.
So, Call of Duty has completely lost its fucking mind.
Wouldn't
Call
have
of Duty
what?
is trying to get that Fortnite effect, but it realized that it's not Fortnite.
Yeah,
Um,
Fortnite gets away with it because it has that cartoony feel to it, so it's
yeah,
easier to
so
implement all their gimmicks.
these niggas decided to add Godzilla to
And King Kong.
and King Kong. My fault. It's Godzilla versus King Kong to Warzone and
After
Vanguard, kinda.
after the movie has been out for ages,
A year and some
yeah,
change.
this
Yeah.
seems kinda late.
Yeah.
It makes
Now the
no sense.
skins look fire. I will say that the skins are tough. This is probably just a way to sell skins, and honestly, I'm not mad at them about it because Cold War had Scream. No, Cold War had Scream for Halloween, but then on it also had the Rambo and John McClane from Die Hard
Yeah, they had a
event.
lot of 80s characters, like
Yeah,
action hero characters,
yeah.
skins,
This is
which I
supposed to
like.
be in the 40s, and we got Godzilla and shit that came out in the 50s. So
I mean, I think they're just trying to move the timeline along. I don't know. This like Warzone is fucking weird to me now because it used to be just like, oh, it's just a cool game mode, and now it's like the whole center of Call of Duty is Warzone. Like
yeah,
every other like game release for like Call of Duty is just like, oh, Vanguard came out. It's like, oh, I'll play the campaign once because it's kind of lame, and then like I'll occasionally
multiplayer to
jump.
grind out my guns so I can have good guns for Warzone. Yeah,
Yeah, and then
but
it's
I
like,
think that's what the not to cut you off, but I think that's what at this point the Call of Duty community, the ones that actually do play it consistently, that's what they play Call of Duty for now. Unfortunately, they kind
and
of
it's just
put
Warzone.
themselves in this weird little box of yeah, we're only here, for that. You know what I
Like, are
mean?
you playing Call of Duty for fun anymore, or are you just playing just because it's a habit? Like, that's the
I
real
mean,
question.
I still have Vanguard on my PlayStation. I did make this announcement
When's the
on
last
Twitter.
time you actually play it?
Played it
Yeah.
like the beginning of season 2. We're in season 3. I did not buy the battle pass. I did not buy the $25. Yeah, I know,
What?
man. I
What?
know, dog. It hurts a little bit, but I heard the new guns kind of suck. So, I mean, they're gonna probably buff them in like a week.
That's
But I heard
crazy.
the
So you
heard the new
you're not
guns suck.
you're gonna not pay money for the battle pass?
I know, and I won't have the new guns. That's crazy. I won't have the new guns unless I play Vanguard, which I'm not planning on doing because Apex is taking my life right now. Apex is kind of
Oh yeah, season 3 came out, did it not?
yeah. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We're grinding up Call of Duty right now.
Okay.
Uh, I think this is what I've been hearing. I follow Charlie, whatever. Shout out to that page on Twitter. They always come out with like all the Call of Duty leaks, and they're pretty much on point. And they've been talking a lot about Warzone 2. And one thing I heard a long time ago is they kind of learned their mistakes even before Vanguard came out with Warzone. They understood that they kind of centralized everything around Warzone, and it kind of cheapens the experience that you pay for because Warzone again is a free to play game, whereas Vanguard, Cold War, Modern Warfare are not.
Mhm.
So um, they did learn their mistakes, especially with Warzone 2. They want to do some things different. I did hear they're gonna do kind of like what I've been hoping that they would do since people saw the success of Fortnite with no build and how it brought people back. I was hoping that Call of Duty would be like, we could do something similar by having classic battle royale and then just, Warzone battle royale. Classic battle royale would be more like Blackout, you land with no gun, you pick up guns off the ground, and you just go from there.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
kind of that's
which is
the
what
fun
I
of.
want.
Yeah, it's like the fun of the BR. Like that's the whole point of it. Like you shouldn't be able to just land and just call in your loadout and then you're just goaded because everyone else is still like scrounging for
Yeah.
weapons and shit.
Like I
Like,
do appreciate that and since Caldera came out that he did nerf the calling in your loadout, the loadout drop. You can't do it until I believe it's still that way, but when I first last played um Caldera,
mm-hmm.
um it was that you had to wait till the first circle closed to call in your loadout. So for the first five what 6 8 minutes of the game, you're shooting people with ground weapons, which is what I want. I mean, I don't want the guy to just call in his best loadout and then I'm just getting shitted on. I mean, classic. I think there should be a classic mode and then the Warzone mode because they can't take loadouts out of Call of Duty. That would just kill Warzone.
I
It would
think it
kill Warzone.
can't be. It shouldn't just be something you call in though.
I mean, I think that's the only way they could do it, honestly. I heard they were trying to do like these weird like locker things. Like there was
No,
like
I
these
think
lockers
it
you would
needs to
find.
be. I think if it's a loadout, it should just be something like it's like a random drop, like an
Yeah,
epic
like
drop. Like
yeah,
it's just like a loadout call in box. Like you call it in still, but it's like a drop. Like you get the luck of the draw. Like you're just like, oh yeah, I found this loot thing that calls in my Call of Duty loadout, and it's just your loadout. It's like one person, not the whole squad. Because
yeah,
from the gameplay that I've seen recently, it's like you call in a loadout drop, it's everybody has it now.
yeah,
Anybody in
yeah,
that area gets it.
yeah. Even your enemies can grab it if they kill you. So
Yeah, which is fine. I think that's
yeah,
fine.
hell yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. If you fucking take it from the guy that just called it in, that's fine. But it should just be a one player use. And I think that
Yeah,
would probably balance it out more because then it's like only one guy has his loadout and everybody else has ground guns.
damn, you're right. That would be lit. That would be that to me. That would fix the. I would play Warzone.
Because then you won't have like a whole team of dudes with loadouts. Like
Yeah,
it's like, oh, Jerry, it's like who do we want to have their loadout? Whose loadout is like better in this situation? Like,
yeah,
and it's more
exactly.
dynamic that way too. So that way it'll be like, oh, Jerry's got a sniper loadout, and this is a big open field. It's probably the best thing to do right now. And it's like, all right, let me get my sniper loadout. It's like you want your best player on your squad to actually have their loadout.
Yeah, be kitted out and shit like that. Yup, that's how it is
Yeah,
when we play Apex. It's like, all right, well, we found this gold, whatever. We know
yeah,
this person is the best one with it because
yeah,
that fits their play style. Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty smart.
I
I'm not
feel
gonna
like
lie.
yeah, single use random drop would probably balance it out better than being able to just earn because it's not that hard to earn your loadout in COD. You
Hell
just
no, cash is every fucking where
yeah,
in
that's I thinking
Warzone.
it as buying it like at all. Like if you buy it and it's like oh and call it in, no, just get rid of the ability to buy it and you'll be good.
And then when the circle drops, it drops random care packages or loadout drops all over the map.
Yeah,
So I think those should also be,
single
single
use.
player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
single
that
use.
would to me, that would make me play Call of Duty Warzone. I would
Because
definitely come back to Warzone because
it'd
of
be
that.
yeah, it's a lot more fair. Because then when like you're in the final circle, like you don't know if the like in Call of Duty's like the final circle, you can assume everyone has their loadout, and
Yeah,
at that point, it's just a numbers game, right? Like it's not like comes down to like the random chance or the skill of the gun that they're using. It's just the randomness of the loadout. Because if one person has their loadout, they can still get taken out
yeah,
and then they don't have it anymore. Like they die, they respawn after they fight in the gulag, and then they're back to
yeah.
basics.
The teammates can pick it up or whatever the case may
Yeah, pick
be.
up whatever weapons are left over, but not the whole loadout. Like
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like I don't know if you can do that. Like just pick up someone's loadout, but
Yeah. Everything drops on the ground, so they can
Yeah,
just
but the perks and shit don't.
yeah, the perks
That's
don't.
another thing they should just nerf altogether is the perks that you get with a
Yeah,
loadout.
take the perks out,
Yeah, it should just
at
be
least
weapons
put
and
perks
kit.
on the map. That would be nice. Put perks on the map.
I thought they did. I thought you could get like dead silence. You would just like
Nah,
use that as an
those
item.
are tacticals. There's a difference. Those are
Oh,
tacticals.
okay.
Dead silence isn't a perk. It's a
Well, then yeah, it should get rid
tactical.
of perks altogether. Then
I think Warzone 2, they should definitely what you just said, I think definitely needs to be a thing. Cause I'm excited for Warzone 2. You know what I mean? I think Warzone at this point is really outdated, and that's like my issue with it. I think that while we're, here in graphics with Vanguard, Warzone still runs on 2019's Modern Warfare engine, which isn't a bad engine, but
no,
you know,
2019 is goated. So
I mean, I think Modern Warfare 2 about to blow it out the fucking water, dog. But
we'll see.
that's
Okay,
just me.
because we're talking about COD, they're gonna throw in some gimmicky bullshit. So like 2019 was refreshing because there wasn't really many issues with the
I think
gimmicky
Cold War
bullshit.
was the best that came out of this new trilogy. I'm gonna be real
Can
with
you
you.
even call it a trilogy though? At
It
the end of the
is
day, it's like a
a
PVE
arc.
experience. It's just a
It's an arc.
DLC.
It's
It's
Call
just
of Duty arc.
it's not really like they release each fucking campaign DLC with multiplayer like it's a full game release, but it's like it's you get campaign and you get some new multiplayer modes, but it runs on the same engine. It's part of the same fucking like whole shit as Warzone.
Yeah, but
And it
Cold War
centers
was
around
lit,
Warzone.
dog.
I'm
Cold War
sure it
was like
was. I'm sure it was. But like at
it
the end
had
of
zombies, and I'm not even a zombies person, but it had
yeah, I mean, like
zombies.
zombies is like a whole different experience from Warzone. That it is funny that what they did to zombies when Vanguard came out,
Yeah,
like
it
they just
sucks.
sucks so bad, and I'm like laughing
Because
at it
Cold
because it's
War
like,
Zombies is the best zombies. And I'm not even a zombies guy, but I really
wait,
enjoyed.
which guy released Vanguard? Which studio was this?
Believe it or not, Treyarch did the. They did the
They made
zombies.
zombies.
They did the zombies for
Can we
Sledgehammer's
get a World at War
Vanguard.
remake? I'll come back to COD for that.
I I honestly, all right. So the topic that started this really is basically let me pull it up on my notes. Activision blames Call of Duty Vanguard's underperforming
Oh,
sales on
yo,
World War II. And I agree. I think World War II is at this point it's World War II to me has been dead since 2005.
it's not
World at
dead.
War was the only exception
It's
that was
not
like,
dead.
okay, I would like to play this, but I've
Listen,
been done with World War II, man. It's all about that modern combat, baby.
listen. It's
Go
not
ahead,
dead.
man.
It's not dead because if you play Hell Let Loose
No,
for like
let's
an
loose.
hour,
I knew you were gonna say that.
if you play Hell Let Loose, you just know it's like, oh, Call of Duty just is too fucking
Linear.
casual for it
Yeah,
now. Like it's just the gameplay Call of Duty implements for World War II is just not fun anymore for that
yeah,
genre. Like they're putting laser sights on shit, and it's like that makes no sense in the context of World War II because they didn't have that shit. They didn't have any of that. It's like, why? How did we get laser sights in World War II? And it's just like, you know what? Don't think about it. And if you're gonna go for like a Wolfenstein style fucking World War II game, then go balls to the wall out. Like make it your own. Like that. Like the whole they fucked up. It's crazy to me because World at War is the best World War II Call of Duty game, hands down.
facts.
And fucking they fucked up World War II, the remake, John, because I don't know what I don't know why they even bothered. They try to like put loot boxes in that shit and make it like, oh yeah, dude, you get the same skin for your handgun. It's a handle.
Yeah, it's
I was
fucking
like,
stupid.
it was like you're trying to give skins in a gritty, like it's literally the worst time to be in war. Like to like it's just horrible. It's a horrible time to be alive, right? To just experience World War II.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh, okay. Here's my sick like fucking animation pose or whatever. It's like the same shit Battlefield 2042 did. Like they set up a whole gritty narrative, and then it's like you got the random assholes like, huh, that's just how it happens, and it's like your friend's arms blown off and shit. It's like it's a disconnect, and they keep putting it in, forcing the disconnect into these games with the World War II theme. And I think everyone should realize that World War II wasn't like sunshine and rainbows. Like
Yeah, that was a fucking wild ass war, dog.
yeah, that's why World at War is hands down the best. Because it's like you played the campaign, it was like shit was fucked up, dude.
Yeah, the whole
and
game.
they didn't shy from it.
Yeah.
And then you play the
we're
multiplayer, you get blown
now,
up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are soft now. We are soft.
They don't even call the Nazis Nazis.
No, it's the other team.
Axis.
They don't even call them Axis anymore. They just call it the other team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Vanguard literally is just red team, blue team.
My team and
your team,
enemy team.
Yeah, that's what it is. There's no like rousing dialogue to get you all amped up for fighting and shit. There's no
factions and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I just think I blame World War II. I
don't blame World War II. I blame Call of Duty for oversaturating the market with World War II shooters.
Oh yeah, all right. I think it's still World War II, dog.
No, because it's like you play any other World War II shooter game and you have a much funner experience.
I'm gonna play Hell Let Loose. I'm gonna try. I do have it on.
We should coordinate with that because I have it, and I think
is
Julio
it crossplay? Because I have it on PS5.
I don't know. We'll look into that. If it's not crossplay, I'm gonna get it for you on PC.
Bet, because I'm trying to.
It is really a better experience on PC because of how the voice chat system is, and it's not like Call of Duty in the gameplay sense. It's a lot more like
it's a mill sim.
Arma. Yeah, it's a mill sim.
Yeah.
But yeah,
man. I think I'm just done with World War II, man.
I
like laser scopes and
I can understand that. Like I was done with when Battlefield came out with World War I, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then they came out with World War II. I was like, all right, it's the same game. It's a little bit worse.
A little bit.
It's a little bit worse. No,
Battlefield 1 was lit, dog.
Battlefield 5, though, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know, but Battlefield 1 was lit.
Yeah, it was cool. I thought it was interesting playing World War I because there was a lot of cool things you could do in it. Like with the flamethrower, you'd pick up like a gun, and instead of it just being a gun, it's like, oh, you just put on a set of armor, and now you're a heavy gunner, dude. And I was like, that's cool. I like that type of shit. That's that Battlefront 2 feeling type of shit. Like,
yeah.
But World War II came out, and it was like, oh, it's the same game, but less of that. So kind of lame.
Yeah.
And then they try to do that BR mode, but I'm rambling here. What was I gonna say?
Call of Duty sucks.
Call of Duty does suck.
I can't wait till
it's good for people who don't want to think about too much, and that's fine.
I can't wait till Modern Warfare 2 though. That shit about to be lit. I'm calling out of work.
I'm gonna
taking like 3 days off.
I want to be wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's just gonna be 2019.
And that's not bad.
It's not bad. I like 2019.
And this will be my first full Call of Duty on PC because I think I'll buy it on PC. So we'll see how that goes.
Because 2019 was, I think the only gimmicky thing they had in 2019 was that mounting system that was kind of dumb.
2019 just reinvented Call of Duty. And that's why we all love it.
It brought it back to like grittier standards.
It took the arcadiness out of it. It was a lot more like everything just, you'd had to play Black Ops 4 to like know. Because Black Ops 4 was literally like Overwatch.
Which one was
Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah, that one. They still had the wall running in that shit? Or was that Black Ops 3?
No. That's Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
No, but Black Ops 4 was, I liked it, but it was like a hero shooter.
Oof, I'm triggered. At this point, I'm kind of like, there's only like one hero shooter I'm willing to play. And
that is Overwatch.
No, I'm not playing Overwatch.
You're not playing Overwatch 2 when it comes out?
No, fuck that. Because it's Overwatch 1 with a less, like, instead of 6 people, it's 5. It's set. Listen.
We're playing Overwatch 2, man.
It's just the same game, but with less shit. I'm
gonna have to gift you that, John, because I'm playing Overwatch.
I'm not playing it.
Dude.
I'm not paying money for it. I refuse. I
I'm
refuse.
paying.
If it's free to
It's
play, I'll
free. It
try
is
it.
free.
No, the beta is free, and I'm not signing up for it.
No, it's free. It's free.
No, it's
They
not
they
free.
said it from the rip.
Is
If
the
you want
multiplayer
the
free?
if you want the campaign and shit, you gotta pay for it.
I'm not. Listen, I've well, they got rid of tanks. How do you get rid of tanks?
You mean there's no tanks?
The only tank is Reinhardt now,
Wait,
and the hamster dude. Like all the other tanks they came up with are just like other classes. The game has changed so much since we last played it.
Yeah, I haven't played
And
Overwatch seriously
a
since
lot of people don't
2018.
a lot of people don't like the new shit. So I'm like kind of just like I'd rather not waste my time jumping into this.
We'll see. I'm definitely gonna get Overwatch too.
I think in the terms of the World War II shooters, I think Call of Duty shot themselves in the foot. They put too much out. They already had one good World War II shooter. Actually, they had two. Call of Duty 3 was pretty good.
It was alright.
But they shoot themselves in the foot because they're like boots on the ground bullshit, right? And then they like remove the boots and they're like, here you go. Sell you the boots later. But then they did it again with Vanguard, and Vanguard was I can't
Put
tell.
laser sights on guns in World War
Yeah,
II.
it takes you out of the immersion of it, but like at the same time, it's like World War II was like not only just like three like the multiplayer maps are like just they're kind of just basic, right? Like they're all laney and shit, and you don't have that openness you had with World at War. And some areas were just open, and it was just a fucking no man's land. And you're just like dying all the time when you go out there, like super risky. But yeah, no, Vanguard. It's just it took all the fun out of it. So I would just say, I would say, if a World War II came out with a different dev, and it ended up being better than what Kahada has put out recently, I would not be surprised.
Look, man, Call of Duty, y'all better not fuck up Modern Warfare 2, man.
Yeah, true.
That
I actually
joint-
want to jump back into COD for that.
Yeah, I will be there day one. So.
I will be there day 25.
Hey, let's move on. We've been talking a lot about Call of Duty.
If it doesn't suck.
Man. I mean,
yeah,
talking about a lot of Call of Duty. So let's talk about Nintendo, man. We don't talk about Nintendo a lot on the stream, on the podcast. I was about to say the stream. So Nintendo is adding more to its expansion pack online thing where you pay $20 more and you get, Nintendo 64. You know what I mean? You get all these other things. They're adding Mario Kart 8 maps to it now. We're getting Splatoon 2, something to do with Splatoon 2. The Octo expansion got added. So, I mean, I've been kind of teetering with the idea of paying that extra $20 to get the Nintendo Switch Online. I ain't gonna lie to you, the expansion pack plus thingy, just because N64 is lit, and I do want to play Ocarina of Time, but I do feel like
Mario Sunshine.
I do feel like they needed to add more value to the expansion pack thing to warrant that extra. Because I think right now, if you buy just the regular Nintendo Online, it is like
it's like $4.
It's like $20 a year or some shit.
Yeah, it's really cheap. I have it. I like forget that I have it sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know because
I'll get an email. It'll be like Nintendo is they're like, yo, you're paying money, and I'm like, oh yeah, right, fuck, I forgot.
Yeah, I'm on a family plan. I mean, with like 5 other people, so we split it, and it's like $3 a year or some shit. It's like mad cheap,
Yeah, and they
but
should keep it mad cheap because they don't really have
yeah, but
anything.
that's why they gave you the expansion pack plus thing for it. You spend $20 extra, and you get, the N64 emulator, the Sega Genesis emulator. You get free DLC for certain games. And what I'm gonna segue into is apparently there's a leak saying we're gonna be getting GBA games very soon. And
Yeah,
they
that's
they said the
cool.
first couple games we're getting is Metroid Prime is one of them. I mean, not Metroid Prime, Metroid Fusion is
I
one
mean,
of
you
them.
have
So
that.
I do, but
You're welcome.
to have it on my Switch, thank you. Thank you. Even though the story, I mean, let's tell the story. I mean, so I let my man borrow my Game Boy back in the day, and somebody stole it from him, and it had my motherfucking Metroid Fusion in it.
Listen, man, there's nothing I could have done about that. They broke into my locker. I don't know how they did it.
That shit was crazy, dog.
It's crazy, yeah.
But
But I paid you
yes,
back, so there you
he
go.
definitely did. And then he bought me a Game Boy Advance and Fusion over a decade later, so I ain't mad at him. You know what I mean? But to have it on my Switch would be kind of dope. It would be kind of dope.
It'd probably be a lot clearer if they optimize it for it too.
How is any of this, making you say maybe I want to spend that extra $20? You know what I
Not
mean?
really. I'll wait till they add GameCube games to the library because I want to play
That's
Geist again.
that's what I'm waiting for when we get the GameCube emulator. Take my money, take my
Yeah,
fucking
because
money,
most of the
dog.
games I grew up with were GameCube and GBA games, but not a lot. I didn't have a lot of access to GBA games. I think the one I would like to actually play and finish would probably be that Mega
Maybe
Man
I knew you were
Tactics
gonna
game.
say that.
Cause that,
BattleNet.
yeah, BattleNet was lit.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. That is a hidden classic. I mean, um, yeah, man. So um, there's gonna be some more value coming if you're a Nintendo person. So I guess stay tuned for that. You know what I mean? When it touches down finally. Um, go back to my notes.
Yeah, show
Uh,
notes.
we got another game that got canceled. I meant to segue Starfield off of this, but you had that nice little Call of Duty segue. I ain't mad about it though. Um, Gotham Knights
Oof.
is canceled on last gen. It's canceled on last gen. So if you're still, unfortunately, I say unfortunately because they're still hard to get. I know it's hard to get a PS4,
Kind of hard to
hard
get an Xbox too.
a PS5. Yeah, well, it's easier to get an Xbox. It's very easy to get an Xbox Series X. Very easy. I literally seen them in the store just chilling. Like I'm just like, ain't nobody gonna buy that. Like, and then I thought it's Xbox. I mean, ain't nobody trying to buy that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, if you're stuck, unfortunately, on last gen PS4, Xbox One, you will not be playing Gotham Knights. And I kind of didn't talk about this because I wanted to save this on the podcast. I'm gonna hurt a lot of people with this, but good because again, um, going back to Cyberpunk, you know what I mean, that
Hmm.
was a decision they should have made with Cyberpunk, and I was stuck on last gen when Cyberpunk came out. So
Yeah.
would I have been upset that I wasn't going to be able to play it right away? Yes, but at the same time, if it meant having a better overall game, because playing Cyberpunk on PS4 and PS5 is like night and day. Because I'm playing it on PS5, like, in the dark, when I get free time to myself, I play some Cyberpunk. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I'm I'm having an amazing time with it. Whereas when I played on PS4, I was just okay, I'm trying to just beat this game so I can put it down and delete it and just forget I ever played this abomination. But now since I'm playing a very polished version on a system that it was probably meant to come out on, I'm enjoying the shit out of myself. I'm taking the time to stop. Let me do this mission. Let me do that mission. Let me do this. Let me talk to that person. Let me do that. You know what I mean, I'm taking the time to do these things. And uh I think we will all benefit from Gotham Knights canceling its PS4 and Xbox One version, which I do believe this game is still slated to come out this year. I do believe. And I think
I
we're
think
still getting the Hogwarts game, right? Or is that definitely 2023?
I think that's 2023. I think it was supposed to come out this year, and I think they delayed it.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
sure.
I know Gotham Knights is for sure still coming out this year. I mean, it's still coming out this year. It's the Suicide Squad game that got delayed till next year. But we're still getting Gotham Knights. So, like I said, I do feel for you guys on last gen. I ain't gonna poke no fun at y'all like a lot of people have been doing. I'm not gonna tell you the best alternative is to buy a PC. I'm not gonna tell you all that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be one of those fucking people. Oh, just buy a PC. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody wants to play on fucking PC, dog. I ain't gonna lie, PC is uncomfortable sometimes. It's comfortable, but you do weird shit with your hand and shit. It's just like,
Yeah, or you just rebind it to make it comfortable. That's another thing that's cool about PCs that you're like you
that's
can't
cool
reach
about PC.
the buttons. You can
Can't even
reach. You can
stream Apex.
change the
Don't even
fucking
talk.
buttons. I
Don't even
can.
talk to
I
me,
can.
man.
I can.
I
I
can
can.
stream Apex over here talking about PC and Master Race.
I can.
Oh yeah, you did fix it.
I fixed it.
Yeah, you fix it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But Gotham Knights, I mean, not coming to PlayStation, Xbox One. How do you feel about this E-Night? How do you feel about this?
I haven't played a Rocksteady game in a while, so I'm not really too concerned about it at all. But in general, last gen consoles should not be getting newer games because it is gonna help. Like, it holds up development. And I'm not saying like fuck those people who can't get an Xbox because of the shitty scalpers. I'm just saying in general, like Battlefield 2042 is an example of that, right? That shit came out on last gen, and it was It was worse for them than it was for us,
and it was bad for us, dog.
and it was really bad.
I got it on PS5, and it was bad, bro.
On PC, and it was terrible. Like, the beta was a better build than what we got in the final launch, and that's fucking crazy to me.
I forgot all about that game, man.
Yeah, no, that shit came out on last gen, and do I think that's the sole reason why it is terrible? No, I think it factored into it, but I think it's like it's just you're gonna get a game that comes out on last gen, and it's gonna be terrible. And if the game is terrible, you're not having a good time, like at all. Like, and that's not fair to you because you are a consumer. You paid $60 for this game, and it's not gonna run performance wise that good, or there's so many fucking things wrong with it that it's just unplayable on your shit. Like Cyberpunk and shit was unplayable on old gen consoles. So it's like I was on PC when I played Cyberpunk. My experience was not half as nearly as bad as people on PS4 and Xbox One.
Bad.
So that shit is unacceptable and should not happen.
Yeah, and the
Like, you
best way
shouldn't
to
be
stop
paying
that
money.
from happening, is to just not let it come out like that.
Exactly.
Like, since we're on the topic, Daddy Activision, they're gonna definitely
it's Daddy Microsoft now.
2.
Daddy Microsoft now, because Microsoft owns Activision.
That's right.
And all the idiots in Activision have been either fired or let go.
So you think you don't. It's not that you don't think, because we know Modern Warfare 2 is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Do you think it'll be another Black Ops? What was that? Black Ops 3 scenario, or Black Ops 3 on Xbox 360 and PS3? Because a lot of people don't know this. It came out on those consoles. It was the last Call of Duty to come out on that generation, but it
Yeah.
was also the worst iteration. All they had was multiplayer. It did not
I
have
think
campaign.
I think once Activision and Microsoft get their shit settled, I think they're gonna be like, cancel this.
Um,
I would say they would cancel it because I
I think
can't.
they're gonna let it happen. I think they're gonna.
We'll see because I know Activision definitely would. I don't know if Microsoft would.
'Cause I don't know anything about Vanguard on last gen, but I know when I went from Cold War on last gen to Cold War on PS5, it was like night and day difference, dog. Like that was like to play at that frame rate
Yeah,
and all that shit was just a big difference.
yeah.
So I can only imagine what Vanguard is running like on a
And plus,
PS4.
the reason why I think it's gonna be like just kicked off, like it's not gonna even exist.
What Modern Warfare 2 on
Well, it's
on
server space that they can save.
yeah, but that game is definitely coming out this November. So
Modern
I don't
Warfare
think
2.
yeah, I don't think the Microsoft merger is going to be in full swing until January of next year.
Wait, I
So
thought Modern Warfare 2 wasn't coming out till like
nah,
next year.
it's coming out this year, bro.
So then why are you saying there's no games this year?
I said that's the only game that's coming out
Oh,
this
all I
winter.
heard was no Starfield, and I was like, oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah, no Starfield. No games coming out this year, man.
I
Elden
mean,
Ring is really the only game we got this year.
uh,
In Forbidden West. That's
and
it.
Borderlands.
Like I said, Elden Ring in Forbidden West, dog.
And Borderlands.
Ain't nobody playing that shit. You still playing that shit?
Yeah.
Y'all still streaming that shit?
Not streaming it because we've had too many issues with coordination
No,
and trying to get
no.
people together.
Nah, I get it though. Man. Yeah, but like I said, just to mop up this conversation. Don't look at it as a bad thing, PS4 and Xbox people. When you guys do get to next gen, when it happens, and hopefully it happens soon, where you guys can upgrade and come over and see these crazy ass frame rates and shit. It'll be all for the best. I mean, trust me,
Hopefully, yeah.
and believe, man. Because I can't even play like certain games don't have a PS5 version. They still just have a PS4 version. And I'm going to be real, since I've been playing on PC and PS5 now I've been playing on PS5 for almost a year. It'll be a year the end of this month. And I've been playing on PC for a couple months. I can't go any lower than 60 frames, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I know it's hard now, right?
When a game runs at like 30, like even when I play shit on my Switch,
Like
I'm like,
I bitch when I have frame rate hiccups at all.
man,
Like I always bitch about that.
that shit hurts, dog. That shit hurts to look at, man. Like
Yeah,
I'm playing Apex now, the PS5 version, and it's like I could not even believe I was playing fucking last gen fucking Apex on my PS5. I couldn't even believe like the texture difference, the fucking the frame rate difference, everything. It's like, bro, like trust. We're not saying this to mash it in y'all face. Oh, y'all ain't got
well, he is.
y'all still at 30 frames or whatever.
I mean,
I'm saying this to let you know when you guys come over to that side, you're gonna see why. I mean, they delayed these games. Like I'm just guessing Gotham Knights is gonna be very fast paced. The engine is gonna be really robust.
There's also so much you can do with old hardware. So
Exactly. Like unfortunately, and I don't want to sound like one of these people. The PS4 is like 9 years old now, dog. It is almost a decade old. Like there's only so much they can do with that shit, man. Like that's the one argument when Cyberpunk was fucked up on last gen I agreed with, is that there's only so much they could have did with that hardware, but they still should have just never let it come out.
it should have just like waited till it was done.
Yeah,
they technically only had like a few years of development on it after like hyping up for like 9 years, or 12 years, or however long it was supposed to come out. Is another thing. Like game trailers in general, Like I see game trailers, I'm like, oh, that would look cool, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's just a CGI trailer.
Yeah, we can't do half of this shit, bro. Like we just like that's all it be half the time. It's like this
They
shit looks good, but we can't do half of this shit, man.
the mantis arms were like cool shit for 3 seconds when I got them, and then I was like, my sword is better than this shit, so like I'm just gonna
Facts.
use that and just
I
go
did like
back
the
to
Mantis Blade though.
and I like the double jump thing, but like then they had that weird double jump where it's like, yo, you have jetpacks, and I was like, oh, cool, jetpacks, and it's like, actually no, you just really like gently float down slower, and there's no animation for it, so it's like really terrible.
We
Just
should be
feels
getting
off.
DLC for that game.
I'm
Soon,
not playing
so.
Cyberpunk. I don't give a shit.
Wow, that's
I beat
crazy.
it. I beat it. I got the ending I want. I like the story of it. I like the side quests. I did like the gameplay was just mid. It
But
was just, it was just
I
mid.
will, in its defense, and then not be.
Do not defend that game.
I feel like most open world games, the combat is the least best part of it. I think of Skyrim, right? Like Skyrim's combat is at best, even when it came out at the time, bare minimum, dog.
No, it definitely is bare minimum. However, think
Like
of
there is nothing
think of Breath
deep
of the
about
Wild
combat
combat. No, there is. There actually is. Like Elden Ring proves.
To
Oh,
Skyrim's
Skyrim.
combat.
No.
Yeah,
It was all like magic and swing sword.
yeah, it was
Like
just swing
it's
sword,
and
hit
that's
niggas
fine.
with lightning, and it
That's
worked. It
Yeah,
worked.
it's fine. And there was some unique spells and like perks you got as you played the game.
Yeah,
That is totally fine. It worked for that game. But Cyberpunk had a weird the issue was the performance with the addition of the gameplay. So like I went for a movement type build. I wanted to be a ninja, like an 80s ninja dude. And like instead I was only able to like whenever I like dashed and did all that shit, like the game would just lag hard. And it would just be like, all right, I don't even know where I am now. I'm all disoriented. I'm getting shot from like 300 directions. Motherfuckers are just like glitching in the walls and shit. Like it's takes you out of the immersion of the game. Even if the combat was like just the most generic combat ever, like if it's fine, that's fine. But like if it's gonna be like I can't even perform the basic shit because of how buggy the game is, then it's just it just becomes boring. And this is another thing. It's an open world shooter. It's not like a sword game. So like the the weapons you had were severely limited, like
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. No, you're right. I just personally, um, I think Cyberpunk's not a bad game. Not a bad game. I think
I
the combat is like you said, it's very mediocre, but it does what it's supposed to do, and I'm not mad at
it's
it. So
I I was expecting more because they advertised wall running, they advertised like climbing shit with the mantis blades and stuff, and then it's like literally weeks before the game's coming out. Yeah, we're not. That's not possible at all. Like it's not
and,
even in the game, and I'm like, okay, it sucks.
yeah, yeah, man, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is, man. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just sad. That's what it is. It's sad.
so that is
Makes
pretty
me
much
depressy,
it.
bro.
That is pretty much it for our show notes. We got two little things, and then we should be able to wrap this up. So this is going to be a pretty short podcast because I think we just are about to crack the hour mark. So
Oh,
this
sweet.
could be a pretty short one. I mean, we do have a little thing we could talk about for like 20 minutes or so, but um, PlayStation and Xbox are planning on adding ads in their free-to-play
Uh,
games. How do you feel about that, my G? How do you feel about
I feel like
in the middle of an Apex match, you got to watch a fucking
yeah,
20
no.
second
If
ad?
if it's like an intrusive ad, no, I'm good.
I mean, you know it's going to be. You know it's going to be. You know it's gonna be, dog. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
I think for right now it's a PlayStation and Xbox thing, but I think when I read the actual article, and don't quote me on this, I know we're supposed to be a news outlet. We're supposed to have our facts down before we talk about these things. I think what the article is trying to say is PlayStation and Xbox will allow third party developers and whatnot to add ads to their free to play games. So it's up to the developers of those said games to put those ads in there. So if Apex wants
Yeah,
to, if EA wants to do it, which EA will, they can do it. You know what I mean? So it says PlayStation, Xbox. It doesn't say PC. You know what I mean?
I'm
I've
gonna
already,
say I'm gonna say this, like, if they're running ads in their game that's like non-intrusive, like it's a billboard in the background for another game, I'm not gonna be too mad about it. But if it's like I'm mid gameplay session and it's like I'm an hour into an open world fucking game and it's like, oh, hey, you have to stop what you're doing and watch this ad for the $70 game I just paid for. No, you got me fucked up. Absolutely not.
no, it's for free to play games. It's just for
Even
free to
free to
play
play,
games.
it's still like I have to
I
watch an
think
ad
what
before
it'll
a
be,
match.
I think it'll be more like, and I'm not agreeing with this shit at all. Just so y'all know, not agreeing with it. I think this is dumb. I think this is
It's like the
just.
same shit with Twitch. Like it's just fucking.
I
I want to watch
think
this dude and I can't because for the next 40 seconds or so, I have to watch this 4 ad reels
you
before
wouldn't
I
have
can
to
even
do
get to
that
the
if you
content.
subscribe to your boy twitch.tv/blaze
Yeah,
Dex
but
Infernal.
like that's a whole nother issue. But I'm just saying in general, like if they're putting ads in free to play, paid what games are next. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, that's true. Like they already tried that shit with 2K. What was that, like 2019 or 2K19 or whatever it was, where they had literal ads in between, like the halftime and
Mhm.
all that shit for the basketball game and shit. And people lost their shit. And they haven't done it since, but people lost their
Yeah,
shit, right?
because they couldn't
Rightfully
skip them.
so. Yeah, rightfully so.
They can't.
I
You paid 60 $70 for a game that's literally the same game as last year's with like different dudes, and then like you're forced to watch
It's the same
an
dudes.
ad.
It's literally the same
But
dudes.
that's what I'm saying. It's like you're paying money for something you probably already purchased, and you're forced to watch advertisements instead of just, oh, halftime's on. Oh well, I'll just go get a drink real quick because the ads are playing. No, what the fuck is
Yeah.
it's a game. It's a video game. I want to
I
be engaged. I don't want to be interrupted for shit. If I'm
yeah.
interrupted, it's because there's some shit in my life going on. I don't want an ad just come out. I don't want to play Skyrim and then Bethesda's like, have you played Fallout 76? That kills the immersion.
Exactly. I feel
Like,
that.
and if you're playing a basketball game, it's still killing the immersion. Because no one paying attention to ads during a basketball game. Everyone left the fucking room. There's one dude on the couch, sitting, looking at his phone, waiting for the ads to be done to let everybody know to come back. Like, no one watches ads like that enough, especially in interactive content, is the most frustrating thing. Like having ads in any experience where it's like 30 seconds of this, that, and third, you're allowed, like Hulu makes sense because it's like, all right, I'll watch the ad because I have to, right? But the moment you offer ad-free viewing, I'll pay that money because no one fucks with ads like that. Like even YouTube, it's like skip, skip,
Facts.
skip. Like I don't think anyone's like, unless it's literally a video game trailer I haven't seen yet. I'm like, you know what? I'm already here. Skip like immediately. Get the fuck out of my way. I want to watch the content. Like this is a one way to alienate your player base. Like can you imagine you're playing Apex? It's about to be Final Circle, and everyone, even the dead people, have to watch a fucking 30-second ad about fucking Star Wars Battlefront 2. All right.
I don't think it's gonna be that intrusive though.
You never know.
You
You
never know,
never
but
know.
They be dumb as shit if they just
They've
shit
done
like
it
that.
before, and that's already precedent for other companies to try and sneak it in there. Like, I don't have a problem if you're sitting here playing Xbox.
I think it's like on the loading screen when the game's supposed to be loading, shit like
That's
that. I wouldn't mind that shit. I'd be like, all right, yeah, I mean, this is annoying, but like,
no, absolutely not. Because the loading screens, like for tips or lore, like Skyrim's loading screens were great because it was all about the lore.
and
Right?
turning things around,
Yeah, you could look at shit while you were doing it.
spinning shit.
Yeah. If and replace those with ads, replace Skyrim's lore loading screens with ads for
Yeah, I
shitty
mean,
shit
like
that
I
you don't
said, I
want.
agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I
It
just
still
don't
takes
think,
you out of it. Like, even
yeah,
it takes you completely out of it. You're about to load into a cutscene, the most dramatic cutscene of the game. It's like the final part of the game, and you have to watch a 30-second ad before the cutscene loads. And it's like, I'm not watching this. To walk out of the room, come back, half the cutscene's done. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
man.
That
I,
it's terrible. It should not
I,
be a thing.
I agree. I
Sell me
agree.
skins. I'll buy skins. Like,
Don't
they
sell
don't.
me
I
ads.
don't think they need the money that badly. All right, I really don't think that's a thing. And honestly, if they're putting ads in their games, it's for the benefit of the publisher. It's not for the benefit of the consumer or the
Facts,
developer.
facts, facts.
So all you're gonna make it happen is you're gonna turn the player base against the developer and the publisher, because that's all how it always happens. And then no one's gonna want to buy the next game or buy the expansion or whatever. There'll be like two people who play it, and it'll be like, all right, do I want to play a game without ads, or do I want to play a game with ads?
Yeah, man. I think all this shit is just.
Just stop. Just make good games, and you'll make money. Just make good games. That's it. It's easy, all right? You give me the game, I give you the money. Like, it's this pretty basic transaction here.
Facts.
It's like, why you gotta complicate it? I give you money, give me the game. I don't want your ads. I don't want your loot crates. Like, half the time, I don't even want these battle passes. So it's like, Jesus, dude.
Hey, man. Like I said, I totally agree. I feel like leave the ads on cable. I don't even think they should be on cable because you pay for cable. So why the fuck is there ads on my cable?
You
But
pay for
I
everything, and they still
I
put ads on.
digress.
Netflix is gonna have
Yeah.
ads soon, and I'm like,
I fuck. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
I don't
Let's
want
talk about
I
that.
don't want
I
to
want to
pay
talk about it.
$11 to
I want to talk
$20
about it.
for
I
ad
forgot to
preview.
put it on my show notes. So, bitch, we are here with the Infernal Gaming Podcast. We gotta grind shit up sometimes. Netflix, we grinding you the fuck up, dog. I'm grinding you the fuck up, right? Okay, so let me set the stage for y'all. Apparently, Netflix lost all this money last year from people dropping their subscription. And they found out that over 200,000 accounts or some shit like that, people share their passwords. You know what I mean? Shame on y'all for sharing your passwords. Shout out to my mom for letting me get her motherfucking Netflix password.
Oh my
I'm one of
God,
them.
dude.
Because I'm one of them. And you know what the crazy thing about that is? I do not watch Netflix at all. The last time I watched Netflix is when the Kanye documentary came out. And then the time before that was probably like Orange is the New Black season 3. I do not watch Netflix, dog. I don't have time for it. And
I mean,
two,
that makes sense.
Netflix is just
You haven't watched Witcher then?
Nah, I watched the first episode, I'm lying. But
Ooh, it's good.
wasn't feeling it. Wasn't
all
feeling
right.
it. Wasn't feeling it. I think the thing about a lot of these shows now, I'm gonna put this out there. You know, Vitani, I've been telling Vitani this. I've been actually catching up on my anime lately, and I'm halfway through Demon Slayer. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Halfway through Demon Slayer, and I'm having a great time. It's a great anime. It's fucking awesome. I'm glad I got into it. Shout out to the person that put me on it. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Um,
it's
but
I'm thinking about getting Crunchyroll subscription because I have so much anime
I
and catch up
got
on.
that, my G.
How you doing?
Yeah. You
How
want
you
to
doing?
share passwords?
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be able to share passwords. You know what I mean, because Netflix apparently is going to be charging people extra money to share passwords, or they're going to crack down on it altogether.
How would they even
Netflix,
like?
I'm gonna grind you up. Netflix, listen,
How would
y'all
they
ain't
even
got no
know?
goddamn shows, bro. Y'all ain't got nothing.
They do. They
Y'all ain't
got
got
plenty
no.
of actually like first
You
party
shut the
shit.
fuck up.
They
They
do.
ain't got no shows.
They got a lot of shows.
They ain't got no shows.
Some of them suck. Some of them are pretty good. Like
Listen,
that's
Hulu the best. Hulu is the best, dog. I got Hulu
okay.
and I barely watch that, but I watch Jersey Shore, man, because Jersey
Oh
Shore is
shit!
GOAT. It is the fucking greatest
Can't
TV
watch that.
show of
Can't watch
all
that.
time,
I
dog.
can't watch that shit. I can't.
Of all time. Of all time. And you just reminded me to add a Ron stop to my fucking channel points. You know what I mean? I need that. I need that. You know what I mean? But, uh, Netflix, you got to chill, bro. You got to chill. You about to piss off more people than you can handle, man. You want to turn that 200 something or 2 million y'all lost into 6 million, you know what I mean? 'Cause I see a lot of people complaining saying they don't even watch Netflix anyway. So it's like they're
Well, because
donating to you at this point.
they consumed all the content that they
Yeah.
actually produced.
I'm gonna
So
keep it real with you, Netflix. You better chill the fuck out, bro. Better chill the fuck out. You looking real Xbox One-ish over there, you know what I mean? You looking real Xbox One-ish over there, dog.
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, don't kill yourself like that, dog. Don't hang yourself like that. That is a hanging that took place in history. All right, that to this day Microsoft is trying to recover from, and they are kind of.
Well, they shouldn't have got rid of their first party games.
Hey man, Netflix do better, dog. Putting you in the do better seat. You know what I mean? You in the do better seat right now. Do better. Stop that. Stop that right now. You know what I mean? In our final little conversation topic thing, I just want to grab this real fast. PlayStation is aiming for multiple platforms, quote unquote, with future first party releases, which most likely means 100% means PlayStation exclusives are probably coming to PC.
I wonder how the ponies feel.
I just heard somebody cry. Did somebody cry?
The salt, man.
Yeah, I know I get it. I get it why
That
they're
makes sense
upset.
business wise. No, I would be upset at all. I'd be happy.
I mean, I'm not upset. I get why they're upset. I understand.
Probably.
I understand, dog. I understand. But at the same time, this is evolution. Sony sees the money. They're gonna go where the money is. The money
Yeah,
is
it's
at
also
this point
super pro consumer. It's like probably the first pro consumer move that
move
Sony
that
has.
Sony's done in a long time. Shit.
Yeah,
A long time.
back when the PS4 came out, it was like, oh, you can share your games without having to like buy them and rent them out or some shit.
Now let me season this joint up for you. Let me season it up for you. You know what I mean? So you do know, we meant to talk about this on the last podcast, but you do know
Probably.
that Sony has kind of partnered up with Epic Games, right? You do know that, right? They gave them like $100 million or some shit to help develop, I guess the Unreal Engine or something. Let me look it up. Sony Epic Games. I mean, yeah, Sony invests in Epic Games to build the future of digital entertainment. This is from their from Epic Games website. This was April 11th. They said today Epic Games announced a $2 billion round of funding to advance the company's vision to build the metaverse and support its continued growth. Okay. So, and it wasn't just I think they got a billion from Sony and they got $1 billion from the Lego group. So a lot of people have suspected that if PlayStation games do come to PC, they will not be Steam. It'll be Epic Games. How you feel about that?
Fine. I mean, Epic finally got its shit together in terms of their store, so it's not too bad.
Facts.
Plus, it's
Because
just
when I got
another.
my PC, I had no idea what y'all talking about. When you're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, the Epic Games Store sucks," I was like, "This
because
is
it did. It
pretty
did at the time.
normal."
At
I
the
think the
time,
only one that sucks is Origins.
yo, fuck, nah. Any publisher game store sucks ass. That's why
Yeah.
I like going Steam and shit. Like,
Origins sucks. Ubisoft really sucks.
yo, that shit. Yo, the overlay will kick me out of the game sometimes. Like, that shit is so annoying.
Yeah, Ubisoft's is like literally the worst. It makes no sense. It asks me a lot of dumb like why just randomly you want 2-factor authentication real quick?
Yeah, just randomly it'll ask you to sign in and shit. Even
Yeah,
though you're
yeah.
like yesterday, you're like, this is a safe PC. It should be fine. And it's like their overlay is just terrible. Like,
Yeah.
and it's also the only way you can get in-game invites on PC through that shit. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
you got to do
even
it.
if you buy a game like from what I've because I'm new to this PC shit.
Yeah,
If I buy a Ubisoft game on Steam, I still have to launch it through the Ubisoft launcher.
yeah, it's fucking annoying.
So it's like I bought it through Ubisoft technically.
Yeah,
Kinda.
no, they make you install it,
Yeah.
and it's literally the worst. I think half of the Rainbow Six Siege crashes are because of the overlay. Like, I don't think it's from the game itself half the
That's
time.
crazy.
It's crazy, but it's like probably true.
So how do you feel about that? Yeah, I mean PlayStation, with their first party games.
I think it's all right.
You get to finally play, all those games.
I haven't
that
played
you
any of the God of Wars, so that works out.
God of War 1 is on the Steam now. I think
No,
it
no,
came
I
to
mean
Steam the
like the
same
newer
day I
ones.
got my
The
PC.
newer ones. I have no interest in playing the older ones.
Yeah, me neither.
Like that's just how I feel.
Yeah, the old ones aren't that good.
No, I'm sure they're good. They're just not my style. Like third person action RPG games are not really my thing.
Look,
Like that.
Sony sees the money, man. They see the money. They see the money, and I ain't mad at them. Get
No,
that
because it's
money.
pro consumer, unlike their fucking PS Plus subscription, where it's like now you get demos. You have to pay for demos and trials.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No, talk
No,
about
so
it.
you can because part of their new subscription plan, because they're trying to fuse now the streaming service with
Yeah,
regular what's called
yeah,
um one of the plans allows you to pay for demos or trials. Like you get to play the first 2 hours of a game before like you buy it. It's kind of like Steam where you can return after the first 2 hours
that's not
of
too
in-game.
bad. I'm
It
not mad about that.
Yeah, but it's like the fact that it's like, okay, but I have to pay extra money for this. Like it's not, I don't think it's a standard subscription. I think it's like the $70 version or whatever.
I'm not too mad about that, man.
It's just weird though. It's
just
like
a little caveat to having the $10 extra joint.
it's just one of those things where they like put in, it's like, all right, the main thing you want is to play online, but we'll throw in Sony Music, and we'll throw in Sony News, and we'll throw in Sony, like just a bunch of shit that has like little to no value to a regular consumer.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, we're gonna throw all this extra shit and to justify the $80 that you have to pay just to play online.
Yeah.
That's
No,
like
I get it. I get what you're trying to say.
it's artificially increasing the price of something that's not worth that much to begin with. Like playing online, maintaining servers is fine. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Like I stopped paying for PlayStation Plus a long time ago. Like, I would get the year every year when we were still playing on PS4.
Yeah, I'm debating. Well, I still technically still play on.
Yeah, you still play on there, so
Yeah,
there's a reason for
probably
you to
gonna keep
play it.
mine. I'm gonna probably keep mine.
But I
But
don't think anyone who is playing PlayStation is playing it for multiplayer games. I mean, like anyone with a PC and like is playing, like I'm playing my PC. I'll jump back on PlayStation when there's a single player game that I want to play. But now that I know that first party games are coming to PC, I have literally the only reason now I have to buy a PS5 is so I can play with Toph and them on ESO because they're on PlayStation still, and they can't transfer accounts, and it's not crossplay.
yeah,
So
that's
like
never gonna happen with that game.
literally just for my one cousin, that's the only way I would actually get a PS5.
Yeah, man.
Everything else is just like, all right, why not just play it on what I already have? Like that's the most pro consumer thing is just like
Yeah,
they need
yeah.
they need this
The one
because
thing I do like about PC, and I'll say that, is that it seems like it's very pro consumer. Like everything, they have sales all the time. Like I see what y'all talking about with the Steam sale. It
yeah,
just seems
dude.
like everything is just on sale all the
Plus,
time.
Game Pass being on PC is just also another thing. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah, beautiful. I love it. I
it's just
fucking love it.
another thing for us to have, and
I love it. I love it. I haven't turned my Xbox on in I don't know
it's
how
like
fucking long.
what like, and then there's a bunch of games on here that you can't play on console that come out on a regular, like a bunch of indie games,
Yeah.
and it's like some of the like when I was still on PS4, I was like, oh, I want to play Phasmophobia. Like I was sad I couldn't play it because it looked fun, and then I got my PC and I was like, ah, shit, now I can play it, and it's a lot of fun.
It's alright. It's cool sometimes. I like more just the interactions with friends and stuff. But
It's also more customizable. Like I don't know if you saw the last Phasmo stream we did, but BK got a voice changer for Discord. Scared the
oh
fuck
yeah,
out of everybody. That shit was hilarious.
oh, that's cool. How do we do that?
He shot me a link. I could shoot you one after the John. I could just shoot it to you.
Bad,
But yeah,
bad.
no, that's cool. That's why I'm like, I'm not a PC stan, but I will advocate for its benefits over
He's a
console
PC
gaming.
stan, y'all.
Nah,
Don't let him cap like that.
nah,
As a
nah.
PC stand right there. And hey, man, I'm never gonna stand for him. I just honestly like the power behind the PC. I do feel like is a more powerful.
Give it a couple years. They'll be like, yeah, consoles are trash. Ugh.
I think for what I do, a PC is necessary. But if you were like a dad with kids and a wife, and you don't really have time to play games like that, go get yourself a fucking PS5 and call it a day, man.
If you can
You know
get
what I
one.
mean?
If you can
If you
get
can
one.
get one. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's another thing. Maybe we should talk about on a future podcast.
You know what I
The
mean?
the legit longevity of gaming consoles.
I mean, we can talk about it now real quick. What's up?
No,
Talk
no, no.
about
I
it
mean,
now.
like it's. I feel like it'd be a deeper conversation. Like it'll probably expand like an hour or two because, like,
Actually want to get Rooney in on that.
yeah, that's also another thing we should bring. We should bring a bunch of people in on that because it'd be better to hear more perspectives. But
Yeah.
I'm just
This
saying,
podcast,
in
this
general,
podcast was meant to be dry with no seasoning anyway, because news has been kind of dry.
what are we gonna talk about? How Elden Ring sold like 13 million games
Yeah.
in 1 month?
I mean,
That's you know,
next week, which will be episode 34 of the podcast, or not next, well, yeah,
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now, when you're listening to this podcast, the music podcast will be out. So that'll give us a, nice little, storm the brew of news for the next podcast, the next gaming version, because we're definitely, the next episode of the podcast is definitely going to be a music podcast, because y'all been waiting for it. I know y'all been waiting. Y'all been waiting. It's coming. I've been talking to Warren and Bird. You know what I mean? They already know, they already ready. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a good conversation, man. You know what I mean? But um you did want to talk about one thing real quick. We could talk about it
I was
briefly.
just gonna go into the longevity of consoles. Is just like the topic being just like how long our console generation cycle is going to last now that we have better technology or better.
I think it's
Because
gonna turn into.
are we going to get console every like 5 years, or
I
are we
think
going
we'll
to
get like the upgrade consoles a lot more
like the
often now.
interim consoles like the S
Yeah,
and shit? Yeah,
yeah, like the PS4 Slim or the PS4 Pro, and
yeah.
we'll get a lot more of those. Um, but in terms of like the PS5 and shit, I mean, I do think the PS5 is a pretty powerful console base wise.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the PS5 will be able to last a little bit longer than last generation, just because I do keep up with technology a lot, watching videos on YouTube and stuff. It's not we're at a stale point with technology. We're just at a point right now because of, the pandemic and things that happen where, we just don't have the resources to kind of make anything too much stronger right now. You know what I mean? So it's like where we're at right now is probably where we're going to be at for like the next 3-4 years, and then maybe we'll get a supercharged GPU, that's gonna come out RTX fucking real life graphics and shit damn near, you know what I mean? But I think that's ways down the pipeline. Like right now, I think they have an issue just giving the people the graphics cards as is. So I do think right now with this generation, it's probably safe to say.
I think games should focus more on performance than graphics.
I think it'll be another it's been out for a year. I honestly give it another 6 years before we see a PS6 come out or even be announced. I give it another 6 years, 6-7 years.
All right.
And only because of, like I said, I think right now you you can't even give people a PS5. Like I can't even just walk into the store and be like, I want a PS5. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's kind of what I mean going into it. I mean, like
Yeah. I
if
think even with console gaming, I'm with PC gaming, like these graphic card prices are fucking
oh
insane.
they actually finally
Bro,
dropped, so like because of the Bitcoin crash, so it's fine now. They're going back to
oh
normal
shit,
levels.
that's good to know.
Yeah,
I'm about to get some shit. I'm about to upgrade my motherfucking i7 to
yeah,
an i9, baby.
yeah. The Bitcoin's been all over the place, and NFTs crashing is just like making graphics cards like slightly cheaper than they were before.
I
They'll
waited
get
for
back down
this.
to the regular levels.
I
It's
waited
just
for this.
it's just the bit I don't know, the Bitcoin craze is I think it's starting to get over. Like everyone's kind of just like, all right, if it's not a pump and dump scheme, I'm not gonna invest into it.
Yeah, it's something that you got to definitely buy and hold on and
It's- Hold on for dear life.
yeah.
Yeah.
People think like, because that's how it was. What last year, a year ago, it was you buy all this cryptocurrency and wait for it to get really high, or not really
Yeah.
high, but higher than what you bought it for, and then sell it and then
Yeah.
repeat, rinse and
Well,
repeat. I
people
think
also want to use it as like digital currency as well.
yeah,
So there's that. And I think Bitcoin has a lot of utility for that because of
it
how it's set
does.
up.
Yeah, because you can buy a lot of shit with Bitcoin now.
Yeah, but at the same time it's like, okay, so and like the NFTs don't have that same utility.
Not yet. NFTs
I
are
don't
gonna
think
be
it ever
something.
will though. It's
I don't think
weird.
so either, but I don't think until we fully can see the metaverse. All right.
The fucking metaverse.
No, because it's the truth. That's what NFTs, that's why NFTs went so crazy for that real brief moment, is because people really thought, in 4 or 5 more years, we were gonna literally be living real life and then you would have your metaverse. And if
That's
all that NFT shit goes into the metaverse, it doesn't go into
That's first
You know,
world
this,
problems right there.
yeah, I
That is
mean,
peak first world problems,
it
bro.
is, but
That is
hey,
like,
man,
yo, your real life, you're working your 9 to 5, and then you get online to the metaverse, and it's like, bro,
you gotta work a
you're like,
job in the fucking metaverse,
yeah,
dog.
that shit is like so fucking whack. That is, oh man, I actually saw a Reddit post about that, like, people bitching about battle passes and challenges for Halo. Damn, I'm sorry, we almost went a whole podcast without talking about this game. Just
Doing that
realized
on
that.
purpose too. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't gonna lie. Cause I didn't I didn't play a lot of season 2 yet to talk about it. That's why I didn't talk about Apex season
I'm
13
waiting.
yet.
I'm playing, like, I'm literally playing it now as we were recording this, just to feel it out, and so I can get it ready for my video review. But I don't. The reason why I bring it up is because I saw a Reddit post about like people treating Halo's challenges, and like other people treat games like this, like their challenges, as like a second job, and that's like kind of like how I'm
Picture the
like
metaverse.
laughing. Yeah, it's like that's how I feel like the metaverse will end up. It'll be like, yeah, bro, you got to do these challenges, man, to get your XP
Yeah.
for your digital Bugatti. That's an NFT for 14 million actual money. I don't know. I don't see the value in NFTs as of current. Like, I've seen people like sell physical items with NFT attachments, and I'm like, it just seems like you're selling a physical item. Like,
Yeah.
the question is, what happens when, like, if you sell a video or picture, it's like, what happens if I just screenshot this or I screen cap it? Like, yeah, you have the original the key for it. I'm like, yeah, but now it's devalued because it's a visual thing. Like, you may have the original, but I also have a copy of the original. And now it becomes devalued because I can spread that around as much as I like, with or without your consent.
Yeah, I just think,
And I'm not saying like piracy things. I'm saying like just that's how the internet works. Like, motherfuckers just
what's on the internet stays on the internet. Shit.
exactly, like, you put it out there, it's gonna be on there. Like, it doesn't matter how you mint it or whatever. So like, as far as like pictures and digital media like that, I don't see the value in NFTs. For like NFTs
I
for
don't either.
I
I
an NFT,
understand it now. I didn't understand it before. I
yeah,
understand it. I understand why there was like a little craze for a minute. Like I'm like, okay, I see the vision. I see
I
what y'all
see it.
thought was gonna happen,
They want it
but
to be like fucking Ready Player One, where you
yeah,
just take your it, and the closest thing you're gonna get is fucking Fortnite in that regard, because that shit is literally turning into Ready Player One with how many different IPs are in that shit.
yeah,
But yeah, no, it's gonna be like it's just
Fortnism.
weird. I don't see it doing anything for like gaming or like digital stuff that like anyone will actually like buy or anything, you know?
Facts.
Like, I can't see the value in it just yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think
I think it's
shout out,
also a
shout
fault
out
of the
to shout out to Reddit for putting me on with that GameStop and Dogecoin shit last year. Yeah, I
oh
mean,
man, I'm
we went
sad.
to the moon. We
I'm
went to
sad.
the moon briefly.
I'm
Yeah, I
sad.
mean,
I sold all my GameStop stonks before that happened. I'm so mad.
hey
I
man,
like
it's
10
all
of them
good.
Johns. I could have been like slightly better. I could be slightly richer, but it's
Shit, you could
whatever.
have had a lot more
I
fucking money.
know, man. That shit was worth a lot when it
Hell yeah.
peaked. I would just. Then again, I was using Robinhood, so like I don't even know if I would have been able to cash
To
out.
sell it, yeah, because
Yeah,
they were like, hold your horses. You can't be rich like that. You know
you
what I mean?
can't manipulate the stock market like everybody else.
Yeah, man, shit was
That's
crazy,
not
dog.
allowed here.
Yeah, that shit was wild,
Only
man.
we can do that.
Fuck Robin Hood. But
But yeah,
is that all we got for today?
that's all I got, dude. I could ramble on for hours about random shit.
Yeah, I mean, me too. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep this on the rails and to the point. I mean, so
The
we're gonna
point
wrap
is
up
that
this.
I won the 1v1, and anything he says is a lie.
So Next podcast is definitely a music podcast. So, episode 35, expect us to talk about Halo Season 2 and talk about Apex Season 13. The reason why we didn't talk about it on this episode is because, like I said, I literally only played 3 hours of Season 13. So, I don't know um, how I feel just yet. But when this podcast drops, I mean, the week it drops, that Friday, which will be, let me give y'all the date. The Friday will be May 20th. I will be dropping Blaze Talk 3, where we'll be talking about Apex Season 12 a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I put a lot of time into Season 12, dog. I've got over 100 hours in Season 12 alone. So I feel like I got a lot to talk about compared to the other seasons. How I felt. Yeah, I mean, I put a nice little video for y'all. Yeah, I mean, so check out that on YouTube. Blaze Talk is a little join that I do. So make sure you check it out. Also, one thing I wanted to talk to y'all about, if y'all made it this far in the podcast, pat yourself on the back. But let us know either in the comments or IG or Twitter, whatever you feel, you want to reach out to us at. How do you feel? Because the last episode and this episode will be the first two episodes where I didn't use a backtrack, like just music in the background and stuff like that, because I feel like I only did that in the beginning because we used to have all these weird pauses in the middle, and it was just just awkward silence, and I mean, like nobody likes awkward silence, but I think as of lately with this podcast, the conversation has been constant. Like we've been talking the whole hour and a half, 2 hours that we've been, podcasting. So I don't think there's a need for a backtrack anymore. But let me know on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. I mean, you feel necessarily doing that at, man. And we appreciate you for watching as always. I mean, Eknight, do you have a closing statement?
Yeah. So, like I said, subscribe to Couch Combat and follow me on Instagram at Couch Combat, and also follow me on Twitch. We broke the 69 mark a couple days ago, so we're getting up there. Goals now to try and get to 100 by the end of the year, and try and get the YouTube channel to 300 by the end of the year.
Hey, good goals. Help my man out with that, man. Make sure you go check him out. Links will be in the description for the podcast. On Spotify, as also as on YouTube. You already know, but you already know who I am, man. You should already know. You know my fine ass voice.
Who are
It's your
you?
boy. It's Rizzo's dad, Blaze Inferno. Yeah, I mean, you can check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Blaze Inferno, where I stream 4 days a week. I also have an announcement that I will be probably making on the next podcast. Possibly, I don't know. Just a little couple changes I want to do. I did say in June I would have I'll be updating my stream schedule a little bit. So just stay tuned for that, man. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at Blaze Inferno, especially Instagram, because that's where I'm the most active at. But also Twitter, because I'm pretty active on there as well. And as always, thank you for watching the podcast. You know what I mean? Make sure you share it with your friends. Make sure you rate it 5 stars. You know what I mean? Let us know. I mean, that we're doing a good job, man, because we see all of y'all. We got a lot of new listeners. And I hear y'all in my DMs, y'all hit me up. When is the music podcast? Is the music podcast coming? We got y'all next in 2 weeks from now. We got you. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fire. We got a lot to talk about. That shit might be 2.5 hours long. You know what I mean? But we got a lot to talk about. We're gonna do it for y'all. So we'll see you on the next episode of the Infernal Gaming Podcast. You guys have a blessed day, night. You know what I mean? And enjoy your life.
Peace, everybody.
Now go. Come on, go. Get out. Leave. Go
You
on
can
with
stay
your
and
day.
just vibe, that's cool too.
Yeah, you could chill, but that would be fucking weird. You know what I mean? So just
You
go.
just hit replay on this.
I mean, that'd be weird too. Like, why would you want to listen to something you already listened to? You know,
Just do it.
I mean,
Just
I
shut. Don't listen
guess
in.
do it. I guess
Just do it.
do
It
it.
helps. It helps us.
But regardless of what you do, get the fuck out of
Help
here,
us.
man.
I'm trapped here. Help. Send help.
I told you not to tell them about that. Peace, y'all.